Good evening, folks. Bad news for South Africans, truly bad news for South Africans, for many countries around the world, as President Trump has just slapped an additional 25% tariff on any country doing business with Iran, the best friends of the African National Congress. The news is coming out this hour. Just moments ago, President Trump announced this additional 25% tariff. South Africa already has a 30% tariff as a consequence of quotas limiting the number of automobiles we can ship to South Africa, limits on our poultry, quotas for that, and 70% tariffs, as well as the ban on U.S. pork products to South Africa and a host of other anti-trade, unfair trade practices against the United States. President Trump previously slapped a 30% tariff, which the African National Congress repeatedly lied to the public and said they're negotiating to reduce. There are no negotiators in Washington. There's no ambassador in Washington, no trade representative. So your 30% tariff on many goods and services just became an additional 25%, 55%. This will destroy whatever trade South Africa hopes to have with the U.S. There were exemptions previously for certain agricultural products like citrus, but there's no indication whether that's going to apply here or not. As I said, President Donald Trump said countries that do business with Iran will face a new 25% tariff. The announcement appears to mean that goods from China, major trading partner of both Iran and the U.S., will become significantly more expensive to import. And for South Africans, this is bad news. Trump on Truth Social said effective immediately, any country doing business with the Islamic Republic of Iran will pay a tariff of 25% on any and all business being done with the United States of America. This order is final and conclusive. Now, this is in stark contrast to the Iranian mullahs who basically begged the United States for an opportunity to negotiate. Trump said on Sunday that we are in discussions with Iran, which is interesting since the United States doesn't have a diplomatic mission since the invasion and occupation of our embassy in 1979 by radical criminals who held American citizens and diplomats prisoner for hundreds of days. We typically do our diplomatic affairs with Iran through the Swiss interest section. The White House has declined to share additional information on the tariff and how President Trump plans to implement it. President Trump did not qualify what doing business with Iran actually means. But the certain implication here is that the African National Congress, which is very much in league with the Iranians, including inviting them to their BRICS Plus exercise to send warships off the Cape of Good Hope to participate in the BRICS Plus exercise, although they discreetly asked them to leave and they've withdrawn as of Monday. They still, nonetheless, participate in this naval exercise. This is a state sponsor of terrorism that is murdering its citizens at this hour. President Trump is not playing around. He's not Obama. There's no line in the sand that won't be crossed. There's a line in the sand that will not be crossed. South Africa's government ought to take note of this. 30% tariffs and now likely 55%. This is not good for South Africans, but the ANC made this bed and everyone else has to lie in it. What say you, South Africa? Mzansi. It's not even Friday. It's Monday. Friends and family only Friday. Doesn't come till Friday. But the urgency of the murder of innocent protesters in Iran by a corrupt, fanatical, theocratic state is pushing Donald Trump to an intervention. And this is step one.